Tony, thank you. Turning now to two domestic violence arrests involving local police officers in less than a week. The first was West Warwick officer Ricardo Araluz, who was arrested for allegedly attacking his girlfriend during a September 20th argument. Most recently, Charlestown detective Kevin Ryan was charged with domestic violence after police say he pushed his wife Sunday night. Both arrests raise the question about the stress officers are under and if some are violently coping. 12 News reporter Rob Nesbitt joins us live in studio with what the Rhode Island Coalition Against Domestic Violence had to say. Rob?
Shannon, the director of the coalition, says victims of domestic violence whose abusers are police officers face unique barriers, often living in fear that their abuser's job will prevent charges. A disturbance call Sunday night just before 8 p.m. led Westerly police to a home on Cross Street. Chief Sean Lacey says that's where a woman claimed her husband pushed her during an argument, hitting the area where she had experienced a broken rib a few days prior. Officers interviewed the woman, whose alleged abuser is also a police officer. Charlestown Police Detective Kevin Ryan turned himself in Monday morning and was charged with domestic assault and disorderly conduct. Charlestown Police Chief Michael Pagliata declined 12 News' request for an interview, but said that Detective Ryan has been placed on administrative leave. The second domestic violence investigation of a Rhode Island officer in less than a week. According to the Rhode Island Coalition Against Domestic Violence, victims in these situations often live in fear that an investigation will side with the abuser because of their title. Access to firearms is also a concern, according to the coalition's executive director, Tanya King, who said in a statement, quote, Rhode Island police departments should have zero tolerance for officers who commit crimes of violence. Individuals who commit crimes of abuse against their partners should not be allowed to enforce the laws meant to prevent violence in our communities. King says victims of domestic violence are also vulnerable when their abusers have an understanding of surveillance techniques and knowledge of the confidential locations of domestic violence shelters. Reporting live in studio, I'm Rob Nesbitt, 12 News.